Hey there, it's Nathalie. My friend wanted to know about bookbinding, so I did a little hands-on with her and then I decided to do a video tutorial. So I'm making 10 signatures. This is just regular copy paper, 8.5 by 11, and I'm doing 3 pages in each signature. Now you could do more if you wanted to, but just for this video, what I showed her was using 3 pages each. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do with this. So 3 pages, 3 pieces of copy paper, folded in half. That's going to make 1 signature. And so now I have 10 signatures. And then I folded this piece of paper at 1 inch in, and then I'm going to measure over to 2 inches and cut this. And this is where I'm going to create my template for my holes. So I'm going to fold that in half, and then I'm going to fold it in half again, because I'm too lazy to measure. So there we go. The only measurement I'm going to do is the little 1/2 inch at the ends. So folded it in half, and then I'm going to measure 1/2 inch in from the end of those folds right there. And then I'm going to mark that, and then mark my fold, my center fold. And then I'm going to fold that little dot back to meet at, and I'm sorry, I'm out of the frame. That little dot, that 1/2 inch dot, I'm going to fold that back to the center part. So I've got a little part hanging off at the end and the others are equally placed. And mark that. And this is the placement of my holes. And you want an even amount of holes for this particular technique. No, an odd amount of holes. I'm sorry, you want an odd amount of holes, 3 or 5 or 7 or something like that. So there's 2 ways that you can do this. You can open it up and then mark from the middle, and mark each signature. I'm just going to use a little pencil, put that template on the fold, or you can line them all up, tap them all out so that the ends are even, and then put that piece of template pattern, clip it in place. You can kind of see the little black dots there. I'm going to make sure everything is even. Clip. And then I'm going to mark all the way across all of the signatures. And then you want to, sometimes they might kind of like creep down just a little bit. So make sure each signature has a mark on it. And I'm just marking that with a pencil. You can mark it with whatever. This is all going to be covered up anyway. So, but you want them even. You do want them even. So I'm just kind of double checking. Did that miss a mark right there? It missed a mark right there in that little signature. So go back and make sure that's there. Everything is looking good. All right, we're ready to poke some holes. Now I've got a couple of little awls, AWLS. You could also use like a T-pin or a crewel embroidery needle, something big. I got these 2 little pink ones from the Dollar Tree. Well, of course, they were $1.25 now. And I've got a piece of foam core. And so I'm going to make sure that I'm even and then pierce through those 3 sheets of paper. Make those holes. And then one of the things, I'm going to keep them in the order that they were whenever I drew the holes in there. So now I've got them spines together, and then I flip it over and then pierce it and then flip it over. And then that way they stay in the order. And I don't know if that's important, but the videos that I've seen other people do, that's what I do. So there's all the holes all pierced. And the same thing again, I'm going to lay them down in the order that I pierced them. And then I'm going to pull that first one over, flip it over, and I'm going to begin my stitching. And I'm using kind of an embroidery needle. It's not like a special book binding needle. And I'm using a buttonhole twist or just a heavier thread. You could use a double thread if you wanted to. This journal is probably not going to get a lot of pressure on it, or I don't know why you would use, or you can use waxed thread. So I tied a little knot about 4 inches or 3 inches up from the end of the thread. So I'm going to go in that first hole from the back side and then turn and go from the inside to the outside. And now from the outside to the inside, and from the inside to the outside, just back and forth. And then now go into that last hole and repeat the process. That little knot is not pulled through. It's hanging off. You can see the little tail hanging off under my thumb there. So I'm going to go back in those same holes and then back to the outside And then I'm going to come to the inside, open that up, and tie a little knot right at the end, our beginning stitch, just kind of a little loopy-loop knot. I can get my needle into my thread, and I'm going to hold on to that so that I don't get a loop or a twisted knot or something like that. All right, then go back out that beginning hole, and then I'm going to pull that knot to the outside, just so that it's smooth on the inside. Just a little tug to get that out there. So then I'm going to reach around and get my next, flip that over, get that next one, and I'm going to repeat the process, except that we're not going to go back and forth. We're just going to go from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. And you can do this, if you need to go the other direction, you can. So go in that first hole. Now, this is where you need to pay attention. So I'm going to work from the right to the left. I'm going to go underneath that first thread on the right side, and then I'm going to go up underneath that thread on the left side. And I guess that doesn't really matter either, because these are going to be hidden underneath it or in the spine of your book. So they go back into that original hole on the second signature. Open that out so I can see. And then into the third hole from the inside. There we go. And then do the same thing. Go under that thread on the right side. And then go through and then pick it back up and go up and under on the left side, and then back into that hole. Get everything moved out of the way. Okay. And then I'm just going to kind of give it a little tug, make sure my threads are, see that little extra slack, get that slack out of there. Under, down, up and under, and back into that hole. And then now to the last hole in that signature. And then I'm going to go under that thread. There's no right or left on this one. It's only on the left side. Under that thread, lay that down, and then pick up my next signature. Flip it over. There we go. And back into that hole. Now then, this time we're not going to go under that loose thread. We are going to go between the signatures and pick up underneath that little knot, that little loop thing that we just made. So I'm out there, and right there I'm going to go in between those two signatures. So I'm going down, and then I'm going to go up. And I've just opened that up so that you can see in between the signatures really easily. Go up, and then back into that hole that we just came out of. And it's good to open it up to make sure that you haven't gone in between like, excuse me, like pages, not the center page. You want to be sure you go through the center of that. Back in between those two signatures, those previous two signatures. Now, if you can get your needle to do that, that's awesome, without having to open those signatures up to go through there. Here we go again. Go between those previous two, the first and second signature, and then back into that hole. I'm going to show you a couple of stitching techniques. I'm going to use like a curved needle. That's not my favorite. So we went under that loop, and now we're ready for the fourth signature. Open that up into that hole. All right, now I'm going to go between, because we went between the first and second, now we're going to go between the second and third signatures to make that little loop. and then back in. Now I want to show you how to tie this off. So I don't have quite enough thread to, go all the way to the end. So I'm going to go underneath that last, I've got my signatures opened up, my last signature opened up. Make a little loop, tie the knot, and then go back out to the spine of the book and pull that knot out. Just let it pop through onto the back side and then, clip off the excess. And then you're going to start from that point right there. You're going to start from the outside. You've got a thread with a knot in the end of it. Don't pull it through. And that's how you begin the process whenever you run out of thread. So again, we're going to go back into the between the last two signatures, not the one that you're working on now. Open that up, run that through. Sometimes as it gets thicker, it's easier to go ahead and just open it up rather than trying to feed that needle underneath the loop. Last one there. So we're 4 signatures in. That one's easy to get that needle underneath that loop. All right, and then back through. This is the 5th signature to go in there. Now, this is where I'm going to use the curved needle. My hands don't like using this. You might have a better technique, but this makes it real easy to go underneath that loop. And I'm still working right to left. And if you had an exposed spine, it would make a difference because of the way that the stitching looks. But since we're not going to have an exposed spine, it's not really a concern of whether you work that stitch right to left or left to right. And I hope that makes sense. Get that fullness out of there, feed through, and then go underneath. Get that fullness out. Under that loop. If I can get a hold of the thread. And I'm trying to keep it from tangling with those tail ends of the thread that were from where I stopped and started again. And you'll figure out your rhythm and the needles that you like to use. And I actually prefer using that straight needle more than the curved needle. And if you're using regular thread and it kind of wants to loop on you, you could wax it. Use some little beeswax or a candle and run it over. That'll keep it from knotting up on you so bad. And there you can see where I'm going between the signatures to make that loop. And anytime you run out of thread, you just go ahead, or you see that you're going to run out of thread, just go ahead and go to the inside to tie off your knot and then pull it through to the back. And I got underneath this thread by mistake like a couple of stitches ago. This thread is going to, that was that first thread. It is not going to make a lot of difference because that thread is going to be hidden in whenever we put it into our actual book cover. And I believe that this stitch is a Coptic or kettle stitch, and it's also for case bound book. Now I have some other books that I've done, some junk journals. This is going to be like a real book, but I've done some junk journals, and I'll put a link for the description in the description box below. And those were real easy to do, just one loop through, kind of a Midori style, like a traveler's notebook where you could slide the papers in and out. These papers, obviously, you are not going to slide them in or out. This is a permanent journal. And I'm back to my straight needle, my regular needle. And it's almost time to tie off again. You could always fast forward through this. You don't have to, watch every little detail. But I have done a little bit more just in case you need this extra information. So under that loop and then up and into that. And I'm not sure which signature I'm on now. Oh, I'm tying off. I'm at the end. So I'm tying off on the back side. So I've done 2 little loops. And then I'm going to make a knot. And so now I have all 10 signatures all stitched together. And that's just a plain piece of paper so you can see the knot that I'm fixing to tie. These little pieces have knots already. That's where I pulled it back through from the inside. But I'm going to go ahead and just tie a square knot in these and then trim off the excess. It's just a little extra step, extra security. All right, now it's ready to clamp together. I want to make sure all of my signatures are even. And I've got a board. These 2 boards are some of my watercolor boards that I've had for a long time. But I'm going to use some little clamps that I picked up from Walmart. Clamp that together so it'll hold together. And then I'm going to glue that spine. And then my next step will be putting it into the book itself. But thank you so much for watching. And I'm just using PVA glue here. And 2 coats on there and then let it dry. Anyway, again, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something. Be sure if you like this, give me a little thumbs up, subscribe, and share me with your friends. And be sure you come back and check out how I put these signatures into their cover. Bye-bye.